All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another YouTube video. In this one, I wanted to discuss what I call the agency or consulting or coaching flywheel method. And this is how you can scale your business to $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 a month. Everybody that I know at that scale has a business model of this archetype. And this is how everybody that I've consulted that has reached that $1 million a year mark has been able to grow their business to that level. We've got people that we've worked with that are from total scratch, that have no experience in the past, tons of experience in the past, whatever it may be, and we've grown their businesses to multiple five-figure monthly, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, even $100,000 a month. We don't have anybody doing $300,000 a month yet, but we're coming very close to doing it. And I just wanted to share with you what I call the flywheel method. And a flywheel, and by the way, I'll be using my whiteboard here once again to really explain this, is essentially it's a looping effect. It's where it gets faster and faster. So action creates results, which creates more action, which creates more results, which creates more action, and it just goes back and forth, and it gets faster and faster and faster like that. And it seems to just kind of feed into itself until eventually it just picks up speed well beyond your expectations. And we build businesses for our clients that look something like this, and we help our clients build businesses like these. So let me talk to you about the agency flywheel method and what I consider to be wrong with the coaching, SMMA, consulting industry, and a lot of the things that you might have heard from other educators or people that are really capping you. Okay, so here's what most people tell you to do. Most will tell you to get a contractor and deliver hands-on work, do the work for your clients, come in and manage their accounts for them and do manual labor for them, whether you're yourself or a contractor of any kind, right? And this model works. One of my buddies, Taylor, I interviewed him on this channel. I mean, they do, like $140,000 a month done for you, for people. So it can work. But you gotta understand that Taylor also only keeps like 35% of that as profit. And not only that, but it's tons of work for him to manage, and it can be a bit of a mess in his own words. And he's actually thought about having our help, helping him build a flywheel method, right? So the manual labor method can work. It does work for some people, but I've found that it's not what scales the best long term, and you're gonna wanna look at other methods. So let me talk about some of the other things that a lot of people do that don't quite work. The other thing that they'll do is they will actually work with their clients themselves, just one-to-one work. And the problem with this is, every time you sell a client, you spend more time delivering, so it gets harder to sell more clients. And it seems like the more clients you have, the harder it is to grow your business. And it's the opposite with the flywheel method. With the flywheel method, the more clients you have, the easier it is to grow your business, and the further the ship moves. So this is what a lot of people will teach. Do the work yourself. You gotta be the expert. You gotta understand everything. You gotta be able to do all the work yourself and do all the manual labor inside of your clients' businesses. And this just doesn't scale. I'm sure you've experienced this. If you're at that $10,000 to $20,000 a month level yourself, which we have a lot of viewers who are at this level right now, and you're doing all the work yourself, you are capping your business. You are capping, even if you're doing $50,000 a month in your business, you are capping your business because you can't deliver results to every single one of those clients to the level that you could if there were 10 of you. But there's not 10 of you. There's only so many of you. There's only one life. You only have so much time in a day. You can't serve 15 clients at the level that you're able to serve 2 if you're just doing the work for them. So what does the flywheel method look like, and how does this work? Well, let me first break this idea that done for you work, done for you, meaning you do the work for the client, you come into their business and you affect change manually. Let me break this idea that done for you is greater than done with you, services, or consulting, right? Let me break this idea for you and break this down for you very, very simply, okay? A lot of people think that when they do the work for the client, they're actually serving the client because they're saving the client's time, the client doesn't have to worry about it anymore. And there's some truth to that. There's some niches where done for you is the best thing you can offer. There's some industries where they really just want you to do it for them because they don't want to have to waste their time. But if you could tell a client, hey, I want to set you up with a process so that 6 months from now, you don't need me. I don't have to do these things for you. You just pay me now, and I'll walk you through the process, give you all of the templates, everything that you need, including training you on building your own team around this so you can have an in-house agency to do these things for you. I'll show you everything you need to do it yourself. What do you think a client's going to be more excited about at the end of the day? Maybe in the short term, they'll be more excited about done for you, having you come in and do it. But long term, this is by far the better option. Instead of, giving a man a fish, you show them how to fish. Instead of setting up the process for them, you train them on your worldview, your outlook, your understanding of marketing. You get them to think on your wavelength so they can affect change in their business that you would affect if they were just paying you directly. So hopefully that makes sense, right? Done for you work is not always an easier sell than done with you work. And the reason we have to start here is because if every time you close a client, you are committing yourself to more work, it gets harder to focus on more sales. It gets harder to get the new clients that are coming in continual results in their business or whatever form of consulting you're doing. And it gets harder to scale your business because with every client, every sale that you make, that's another 9 to 15 hours gone that month that you can't spend on prospecting, that you can't spend on sales, that you can't spend on growing your team, that you can't spend on the back end of your business. So let me go more in depth on the flywheel method. So the flywheel method, and a lot of the things that we teach, by the way, for example, in our 7-figure systems group, we call the flywheel method, like the Facebook flywheel method, the advertising flywheel method, the delivery flywheel method, because I love the concept of a flywheel. I love the concept of planting seeds now that grow out into the future, that get easier to manage and grow as you maintain them. They get easier to maintain and provide more fruit, give you more clients, more cash in the bank, more impact in your clients' lives. That's the kind of stuff that I love setting up for clients. I don't want them to do manual labor. I don't want you guys to be running your entire business manually with your own work. I can probably work 2, 3, 4 hours a day and run this whole ship. And that's what people don't understand. So let me talk about the flywheel concept. Flywheel concept is every time you get a client, it gets easier to get more results for those clients, and it gets easier to get more clients. When you have a done with you service, where maybe you're coaching them in a group setting, or you've got a program you send them through where you're just giving them a little bit of hands-on, but not so much that you're overcommitting yourself, it's easier to get more clients. You can see how selling 10 clients like this in a day is way easier than selling 10 done for you clients in a day, because now you have to do 10 onboarding calls. You got to do 10 sets of 3-hour meetings or back and forth over email or Slack or whatever it is that you're doing to get them to commit with you and work with you. There's so much you have to do for them. With done with you, all you got to do, like for my clients, all I do is say, hey, let's just get an hour, 2-hour long just onboarding session. It's you can be super chill, hanging out, give you everything you need, everything we talked about on a sales call to get you started, and then we're going to start to plug you into the group calls. It is so much easier. The first client that I closed for $10,000 up front, her name was Dee, and she's this really sweet lady who has a marriage counseling business. She's got this $80,000 marriage counseling package that she sells to these VIP celebrity marriages. And she didn't have a funnel. She didn't have a process of selling it. She was literally just word of mouth. So I said, hey, for $10,000, let me work with you for the next 3 months and build you a proper prospecting funnel for this thing, because you have so many testimonials, so much results. She's been in the industry for 20 years. So I said, let's just build a process. I didn't do anything. I met with her for once a week for an hour for 3 months. So that's 4, 8, 12 hours total of my time for $10,000. That's almost $1,000 an hour. And we've made her, I think I checked in on her like 2 weeks ago. I bought her some flowers, by the way. Like, she's a great friend now. And she's made, $300,000, $400,000 from our funnel. So she turned 10 grand with me into 400 grand. That's just raw results. And if you know how to affect change in a client's business, you don't need to do the work for them. This idea that you have to be the manual labor and the manual laborer in your client's businesses actually devalues your expertise. So I want you to really understand this. One of my buddies, Iman, a lot of people who watch this channel watch Iman Gadzi. He's like an agency influencer kind of a guy. A lot of the big deals he'll close, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, are these training deals where he just flies out and trains his clients, and those clients go on to get great results, and it's his favorite type of service to sell. One of my clients, or not really a client actually, more like a friend, I haven't done much work for him, I'm just going to shoot very straight. His name's Hakeem. He does about $120,000 to $140,000 a month in his business. He just runs one funnel to get sales calls where he offers a $3,500 consulting package. It's a group coaching thing. He's got 2 coaches that manage all of his clients, and he keeps 80% of that profit there after paying his coaches. And he sells a program on helping fitness coaches grow their fitness coaching business. So it's a super big niche, and he's working with a client a day. So you got to understand the power of this flywheel method. When you throw everybody into a group, and you've got all of your clients in a group like this, they can all feed into each other and help each other. And you start to create this culture, and people are feeding into each other's energy, and they're connecting, and they're meeting up. Like inside of our 7-figure systems group, people meet up for cigars and whiskey and stuff, and they get to hang out and you get to develop these relationships, and it's so much more powerful than just signing a contract with somebody to basically become their employee. Now you create this web of personalities and wisdom that everybody can share in, and it's so much more valuable than just saying to a client, hey, let me do the work for you. Because now you have this almost this ecosystem of value where people just start to slowly grow and grow and grow, and they start to come up with their own methods that you can then teach to your clients and show them. That's what we've done with seven-figure systems. We have this environment, and it's the most powerful thing we've ever brought to market because of the amount of impact we have in these people's lives, the amount of impact they have in each other's lives. One of the things we ask you to commit to when you join seven-figure systems is that if anybody ever messages you and says, hey, I want your help because of something you said on a group coaching call or something you put in the group or the group chat or wherever, you have to take that call. You have to network. You have to make friends and bring value to the group. Otherwise, you're not welcome here. And that's one of the standards you can have for your flywheel model. It gets easier and easier and easier to get results for these people because you're building this infrastructure that the more clients you bring on, the more help they're going to get, the more time you have to give to them, the more money, the more resources you have, and the easier it is to get more clients because you're generating success stories after success stories inside of your business. So hopefully this is convincing you to adopt the flywheel method instead of going with the done-for-you or contractor method or maybe the one-on-one, labor method that most people teach. It's so unfortunate to me that most of the programs you're going to hop into out there, most of the people that you're going to invest, thousands of dollars into, are going to teach you a business model that's limiting you forever. I don't care if you're a beginner or you've already scaled up your business, doing these sorts of one-on-one labor tasks. If we can get you out of that, if all you get by, for example, joining our program is we get you to adopt the flywheel method, project your business 3 years out and think about where you could get at that level. There's so much more impact, there's so much more money to be made, so many more lives to change if you could just figure out how you could turn your manual service into a form of group consulting or some high ticket, high leverage training model. It's so much more scalable. So hopefully this makes a lot of sense. Now, if you need any help growing the flywheel method for your own business, schedule a call using the link down below, and I will shamelessly plug this forever. I'm not gonna hold back on that because we've helped so many. We've worked with over 400 business owners at this point. We've created 2 millionaires, and we have tons of people that have worked directly with us and our coaches to affect massive change in their businesses. So if you want the sort of help that we've created for you to help you adopt the flywheel method, scale out of this one-on-one labor, book a call down below, fill out the form entirely, and follow the instructions on the page you're redirected to get the most out of your time. Even if you don't end up investing in getting our help, it should be the most valuable 45 to 60 minutes you've spent on your business to date. Because even if you don't hop in, we're going to tell you exactly what you got to do, bring you tons of value, recommend tons of resources, and give you the exact next steps you need in order to scale. So hopefully this has been a valuable video for you. Hopefully you've seen, some better ways of running your business that you might not have heard of before, and it's been something that you take home and you apply to your business. So thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. We've got a great Facebook group that you can join as well. Links are all in the description for that, and I'll see you in the next video.